as you're jumping on, let me know if you want to save more on your utilities and around the house, because some of these things are like expenses that we need to have, right? But if it didn't cost as much, we'd be able to do a lot more fun stuff. We're going to dive into some specifics on when it's smart to do this and when it's not smart to do this. So, there are situations when it is smart to make sure that you are saving, and then there's some situations where it's not as smart. So make sure you stick with me all the way through these 5 different steps so that we can make sure that this is the right strategy for you, because we want you to succeed in your finances, right? Let me quickly introduce myself if we have not met before. Hi, my name is Aimee Circa. I am the Money Confidence Coach and founder of Money Masters Inner Circle. Also married to my best friend and mom of 3. We homeschool, all that fun stuff. Oh, and I'm a dog mom. We got a black lab. So, what I do as the money confidence coach is I help you to master your money. And what that means is I help you to create the confidence that you need to be able to actually solve the money problem. So we can actually stop living paycheck to paycheck and create that financial security we're looking for, those options to be able to take more vacations and do more with your loved ones, create that impact that you're looking for, and actually create true wealth, because so often we're setting ourselves up with band-aid solutions that just don't work long term. And I don't want that to happen for you. But let's dive in. We're talking all about saving today around the house, how to save on utilities. We've got 5 steps here that are really simple. And I'm excited to share them with you. But before we actually dive in, I've got 2 things that I need to preface this with. So, anytime that we start talking about saving, it's really important that we discuss what is smart in our saving strategies and what is not. Okay, so there's a lot of stigma out there about, like, if we want to start saving money and we're focusing on that, and sometimes even being like money savvy, like this is kind of projected there. But we talk about pinching pennies and cutting coupons, and you think about the living on beans and rice. There's a lot of gurus out there that do teach that because of whatever financial goals that you're working towards. This is not what we're talking about. I don't recommend that. It's not going to serve you long term. It's kind of like going on a diet. So, have you ever made a plan to go on a diet and you make all these changes and you do all these things and you limit yourself and you can't have that, you can't have that, and you cut it all out, and then you maybe you lose the weight. So let's say you lost like the 10 pounds really fast, but then you kind of slide off the diet because, it was like you achieved that goal, and then you gain all the weight back and then some. And that's because we didn't set you up long term for success. And that's our goal here. This is not about getting like paying off $1 million in debt in 2 months. Like, that's not the purpose of being smart with your money. Being smart with your money and managing your money and mastering your money is a lifestyle. And we need to do this correctly so that we're set up for success long term. So, yes, we need to be smart with our money. Yes, we need to make sure that we don't have holes in our ship or holes in the bucket, so to speak. But we are not talking about pinching pennies and cutting coupons and going into that mode. Definitely not forever. And I don't recommend it starting out at all, because it's not something that we can do successfully. So, with all of that, another part that I want to make sure that we talk about before we get into the 5 strategies is keep an open mind. How many times have you heard something and in your head going, okay, well, I know that already, right? So, I had a coach or a mentor one time that would say, some of what you know isn't, you don't know what you don't know. Some of what you know isn't so. And there's one other part. But basically, is we don't realize what we don't actually know. And sometimes we've learned things, but we haven't actually learned them. So make sure to keep an open mind and stick with me. Actually, keep listening, because I'm sure there's going to be one nugget here for you that you can use and implement into your finances, and it's going to make all the difference for you. So I think that's it. As you have questions, make sure to drop them, because I will make sure we get them answered. If we don't have time live, I always come back. And let's dive in. Okay, looking at my notes. The first strategy here that we're going to help you save on your utilities and around the house is changing your air filters. At least check them every single month, but change them. even if you have like the 90-day air filters, it has been talked about by many HVAC technicians that it's actually better to replace them every 30 days. Now, you might be thinking, like, okay, that's going to cost me money. How is that saving money on my utilities? When you keep an air filter that is good and the air can go through and it's not too dusty, we've all seen those pictures, right? When you keep your air filter like that and you take care of it, keep that upkeep going, your air conditioner is going to last longer. Your electricity bill is not going to be as high because your air conditioner is not going to be working as hard. There's so many benefits. And guess what? This is part of month end. So for all my Money Master Inner Circle members out there, you already have this information and the reminder set up to make sure that you're checking it. If you're not a Money Master Inner Circle member, then set a reminder somewhere that you remind yourself at least once a month that you check your air filter, change your air filter, set yourself up for success there. Ideally, it's going to be part of what we call your month end or your monthly cleaning schedule. Either way, have a system, have a place to remind you. Don't just count on like brain power to remember to change it, but change your air filter every single month. Okay. The next thing or your second strategy here is actually having quality windows. So again, this might be an expense up front, but having like a good quality window, you don't lose as much heat or cooling. So in Texas, our houses will get hotter in the summer because of more heat, sunlight, all of that stuff coming through the window. I am not an expert on this, so just check your good quality windows. If you are in Texas, I do have resources for you, I believe. But make sure you have a good quality window that's not letting too much of heat, all of that stuff coming, heat and sunlight or cold air, if you're in the cold climate, coming through, because again, it's going to affect your electricity bill greatly. Third strategy here to help you save around the house and on utilities is LED light bulbs. Okay. So, yeah, they look a little different. You do have to be careful with these because there is actually mercury in your LED light bulbs. So if they break, there's a whole cleanup process that you have to go through. But LED light bulbs do use electricity. A side note here would be like smart to turn off lights when you're not using them. If you have little children like I do that think we need to be able to land a plane in the house at all times to be able to function, LED light bulbs at least help you out some because they use less electricity over the long period. Let's see, number 3 was using LED light bulbs. Okay, fourth one kind of ties in with that is utilizing sunlight. Okay, so first of all, when you are getting more sunshine and that you feel better, there's all sorts of health benefits there. We go back to our profit power ups, right? But then we don't have to use our LED light bulbs if we're utilizing sunlight to light a room, especially during the day. So make it a habit, making sure blinds are open, the sunlight can come in. You're going to feel better about yourself and you'll save as well because you already got those quality windows, right? Actually got 2 more. So I have 6 strategies for you today. Okay. So the 5th one is meal planning and kitchen inventory. So again, Money Master Inner Circle members, you have a whole training on that. It should be in your back office. If not, we're going to do it live again in a couple months. But being smart with your strategies. Kitchen inventory is simply keeping track of everything that's in your pantry and your freezer so you don't end up with the, oh crap, like when did this expire? Or the strange meat in the back of the freezer that you don't know what it is, okay? Making sure that we're utilizing that. And then meal planning is we're going to set ourselves up and not be, you'll be buying less when you go to the grocery store because the grocery costs are rising. We definitely need to be mindful of that when we're going shopping, but it's also going to prevent you from going out to eat all the time because, oh crap, it's 5 o'clock. What the heck am I going to make for dinner? And if you haven't heard my strategies around meal planning to make it flexible so that it actually works for you, drop a meal planning in the comments and I'll make sure to get that resource for you because it doesn't have to be rigid. We can set this up that it actually works for you. Maybe you don't have time to meal prep. I don't really meal prep, but meal planning, the way that we structure this is a game changer. Even when the crazy days happen and you're like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I was supposed to start on dinner 2 hours ago. Okay. We got to make this work for us in real life, right? Okay, so then our sixth one is just general preventative home maintenance. This is a new resource coming from Money Masters Inner Circle members. Is we're creating that checklist for you of all the general home maintenance that needs to be taken care of on a regular basis to help you stay on top of this so that you know, okay, this is what needs to be taken care of. If you have a support team, or maybe your husband's really handy and you, or your, I don't know, maybe your wife's handy. So whoever it is that handles all that, that you can give that to them. You can also implement this, integrate it into our productivity and time management system that we talk about. But staying on top of the general preventative home maintenance is going to be key. And the first step is to know that we need to actually be doing this, right? That's where that checklist is going to come in handy. Again, that's coming soon for the Money Masters Inner Circle people. It's not in there yet, but there we go. Okay, so it was actually 6 steps to help you save on your utilities and around the house. Before I quickly recap, if you haven't grabbed the Budget Makeover Guide, what that's designed to do is it helps you find the extra that you already have in your existing personal finances. So these might have been some different strategies for you today. You might have known about a couple of them, but the Budget Makeover Guide gives you the 7 steps that we use, and most of my clients find an average of $250 in their budget each and every single month that they didn't know they already had. Now, the key is you have to actually grab it and go through it. So if you haven't grabbed the Budget Makeover Guide, I want you to be able to discover that money that you already have that's hiding in your existing personal finances. So if that's you, just drop a budget and we'll make sure to get you access to the Budget Makeover Guide so that you can find that money you already have, just put it to work for you in the way that you want. Real quick, our 6 strategies to help you save around the house and on your utilities. The first one was changing your air filters. The second one was making sure you have quality windows. The third one was utilizing LED light bulbs. The fourth one was use sunlight to help you out instead of using the light bulbs, right? And it's got major health benefits there as well. The fifth one was meal planning and utilizing a kitchen inventory. And then the sixth one was keeping up with a general preventative home maintenance checklist, schedule, some sort of thing that works for you. Again, for the Money Master Inner Circle peeps, there are lots of resources in there for you, and that home maintenance checklist is coming soon. I think that is it for today. So if you have any questions, make sure to drop them below because I would love to be able to help you out. And which one was the biggest insight for you? Which way to save was like, okay, that was really smart. I need to start doing that. That's it for today. We'll see you next Wednesday, 1 p.m. Central. Bye. Hey there, I hope that you found this training helpful. And what's next for you? We need to make sure that you grab the Budget Makeover Guide. So what the Budget Makeover Guide is going to do for you is it's a PDF guide that's going to help you walk through how to uncover the money that you already have in your existing personal finances that you don't know. It's just waiting to be found. Crazy, right? So you're already working hard for your money, right? Like, let's make the most of it. Make sure that your hard-earned money, your time, your effort, your sweat equity that you've worked hard for is going to the places that you want it to go. If you want to be spending it, great, but let's make sure that it's not missing. So if you're ready to find the extra money that is hiding in your personal finances, no additional income required, just waiting to be found, grab the Budget Makeover Guide. What you need to do is go to aimeecirca.com/BMG for Budget Makeover Guide. Again, go to aimeecirca.com/BMG and you can grab the Budget Makeover Guide. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.